Alright, welcome back to Ranger Things. I'm back with the Ranger. A couple of things that you may have seen, but I didn't mention just before the last episode. Wheels and tyres, I do have them on. They're kind of on temporarily because I am going to do the lift, so they're going to come back off anyway. But I wanted to put them on and see what it looked like because I couldn't wait anymore. So there you go. Flare's gone on this side. I do have to modify the flare for the other side because the snorkel is in my way, so I've got to do that. On the front though, however, foggies and indicators and everything are going in. I've got all my wiring sorted now. I do have the Navas on the front as well. They are getting wired in at the moment. As you can see, there's some wiring up in there that I've got to do still. But check this out, something that Ford does for these vehicles is, might be a bit dark, but anyway, sorry, they got pickups in this kick panel. So they got a high beam, they got a park light, and they've got an ignition as well in there. So the wonderful world of aftermarket have something to connect to. So thanks Ford for that, because that's super helpful for people like myself, and even if you guys, if you're doing something at home yourself, check in that kick panel before you go splicing into anything out in the engine bay. All right, I'm going to put the lights in the bar. I'm doing all wiring, so I'm finalizing that. Put the lights in the bar. I had to obviously get the radar all plugged in. I just, because obviously this is a brand new model, figuring out the best way to do the wiring. So I've done that, put all those in. I'll put the plates on and then obviously cut the guards where they need to go. And then that's bar done. UHF, I'm running the Uniden four-wheel drive pack, which I don't even know where the rest of it is. That's going in as well, so I'm running the wiring into the car for that. Then it is onto the lift. So I'll take you guys through the lift. I may get to that today, maybe. My day has just been, all of a sudden it was lunchtime and now all of a sudden it's almost home time. But I'm not going home, I'm going to stay and do this. Anyway, let's do it. I'm going to put some stuff back in this car and get it looking like it should be. So let's go. Now to wire them up. So indicators are good, pick that up. Got a chassis. Now I'm going to wire up the park light feature and the spotlights, high beam. Got to put a relay in for that and a fuse. So yeah, I'm going to run some wires into the cab. Switch wire for the lights, obviously UHF antenna, which is here. And then, hey ho, what do you know? That's done. Today we're doing a Brown Davis long range tank into the Ranger. So Matt's in there now, just pulling out the old tank. New one's going to go in, and away we go with that. Then come along for a little ride of suspension goodness. I've got my Bilstein kit here. This is their GVM compatible kit, so it is going in hopefully today as I talk to you guys right now. But stick around, we're going to throw this gear in, bring you guys along for the ride so you can see what exactly goes into the kits, and let's get the Ranger hopefully ready for this show. Here we go. It went in. Sorry, I didn't bring you along for the ride too much because it was not an easy task. There was a little bit of swearing. So anyway, look at the size of the thing though. That's why it is a little bit difficult to get this in. So from the standard one to this one, we got lots more fuel capacity now. pretty cool. Pretty cool. And drain bung. So yeah, that's a lot of fuel happening now, which will be very cool. All right, on to other things. Let's go. All right, I'm sorry, I started the lift without you and it got a little bit crazy because it was Friday and everybody was going home and I was like, oh, I want to get this in, and anyway, whatever. Here I am, everyone else is gone, it's just me. So I got the front in and I'm just doing the rear right now. There you go, look at that. Sweet as. So front struts are in. Let me tell you, it's a little bit different, this setup. Just at the arm, while controller up. A little bit different, a little bit annoying to get the original ones out. But I got the nice shiny ones in. There you go. And in the rear, these guys are utilizing the old band EMU stuff because I'm pretty sure at the moment that's kind of the only ones that are available. So anyway, got a leaf pack in on this side, gonna do the other side, and shocks and tings should be lifted. So that's what's happening right now. Rightio. Now let me do this side and hopefully I bring you along for the ride. Rather than, oh, here's something done. Oh. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna do it all by myself. I'm just trying to look somewhere to put you down, but let me get back to that. Okay. Stay there for a second. Make sure you get your little spare wheel doodad jobby out. Excuse me, I'm burping while I'm talking to you. Because you need to get your old spare out the way. So, the annoying thing about this is the shackles are an angly dangly one. So if you don't move the spare, you can't get the passenger side shackle out the way. Well, you can't remove it basically. Which, you know, ain't a great idea when you're trying to do fully sick lift kits in your car. So there you go. Now, are you upside down? I'm not sure if you're upside down or not. Anyway, now I can get in here to remove this annoying thing. Stay there. Yay. Alright, so now, where did I put it? Maybe it's over here. Hey! Ta-da! There is a U-bolt retainer on top of the original leaf pack. See that? So, that there literally clips onto a little rubber cup. Problem is, I don't have any new ones to go on this one, so we're going to be using the original ones, which is fine and dandy because it's a brand new car. So, this is totally fine. This here, you can get a upgraded, well, it's not upgraded, you can get another one from these guys. It's a noisy truck. That you don't have to then undo the bolts to get this off. So let me just remove this and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Sorry, that was my wife getting me a cheeseburger. Anyway, see here, boom, I need that, but I need to obviously remove these nuts before I can put that onto there and then do vice versa on that. So anyway, that's why you can see this one like this, because I didn't put a clamp on there to hold that together to undo it. I just undid it and it just went ka-tong. Just fine and dandy because it's just me. So anyway, I'm going to do that with this one, and I'm going to take that little plate and I'm going to put it on the new leaf pack once I put it in there, because it's kind of easier when I just put it in there, do it while it's in there. Get off there. Alright, that's what I need. So I'm retaining that so I can put that back on there, and then the U-bolts can go down on that. Do you get what I mean? Alright, so that's going to go into here on the left side after I put this stuff down, so I can do that. Alright, so there we are. That's on now, on here, and that way I can now put that U-bolt cover back on. Okay, here we go. Retainer goes on. See how it's got like a little bit of a lip, clips on over the top like, not like that, like that. Okay, ka-chang, ka-chow. Look at that. Shocking good time. Let's get some shocks out. Oh. That's one. That's two. Check it out. We got these sick little captive nut doodads welded where your nuts go. So you just slide the nut up, pop the bolt through, done. Okay, so we're in like Flynn. Alrighty, so car is on the 4-poster. What I'm going to do now is just nip up all the suspension components now that she is under a bit of weight. Things like the control arms, all those doodads, leaf in the back, just make sure everything's tidy-whitey. Quick recap of where I'm at with the Ranger. So, fuel tank's in, the lift is in, the bull bar is, let's say it's done. I had to fix up my indicators, I picked up the wrong feed, so I've done that. The side plates can now go back on. I had them on, but they can go back on, and then I just got to trim up the plastics. Oh my god, it's Monday morning, sorry. Trim up the plastics. Once that's done, the bar's finished. I still yet to have to make some things work, but that's what I'm doing right now. That's why we are here. So I'm going to show you guys a little something that I found, which is pretty cool. It's actually done by the guys at Ford. Well, that's where you can get it, but I'm going to use it for a couple of switches. I am doing a different Garmin switching device for most of my accessories, which is going to be in the rear setup, and I probably am going to start showing you guys that very soon, because by the time it comes out you would have seen this at the show. Anyway, for those that aren't going to see it at the show, I am going to do an episode on the rear system as well. So what I'm doing today is, in the roof console, there's your good old taco holder. So sunglasses holder goes away, and in that position it gives me a little switch panel. So that's going to give me 5 switches to then obviously run my spotlights and my light bars that are going on the roof rack as well. So I'm going to do that now. It's actually a pretty cool kit that comes from the guys at Ford, so I'm doing that today, pulling some things out to make that happen. It's not straightforward, but it is pretty easy if you have experience. You get a full pre-wired fuse box and everything. It's quite good. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do today. Comes with all the switch wiring all sorted out, and because Ford has actually thought about the aftermarket industry, they've got pickups and everything in this kick panel that I will show you in a minute. So pretty cool little kit. All that comes in it, gives you full instructions. So that's what I'm going to do today, and I'll bring you guys along for the ride. So I've already pulled the roof console out. That is taco holder gone, and put the switch holder in. So that's what's going to happen there. I do have to mod this. It might be a bit dark. You do have to cut a section out to get your wiring in, and then it's just a matter of wiring across down the A-pillar, and then we're going to do some stuff in behind the glove box as per the instructions. But that's what's going to happen now, and then yeah, I'll show you guys everything when it works. So let's do that. There's a little bit of plastic up in here. You got to cut that out so you can obviously run wiring up through there. Not obviously, so you can. Keep saying obviously. Now that comes down to here. Look at that. How cool. It's a good little kit, this one. I'm liking it so far. Unfortunately, it's not cheap, but what genuine supplied stuff is, not really much. But it's going to give us that nice factory finish. So let's keep going. I've got a bracket that goes in here where the Raptor ones are. So if you've got a Raptor, I'm pretty sure Wild Track as well, maybe they got the switches in the roof. This bracket bolts onto factory positioning, and then the relay box is going to go there. I'm kind of like working with you in my hand as well, so you're just going to have to put up with that. Here we go. Look at that. Pre-wired relay box. Now, I'm not a massive fan of this, just because it's pre-wired, which is okay, but all of this here, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my own plug on that. That way it's not just bare ends hanging in the breeze. I don't know. I'd usually run obviously my wires into the relay box, then that way there's no plug, but this will work. So they got like nutsert things in here already, which is pretty darn handy, because you just bolt it straight up. Very cool. The wiring for the accessories comes around here, and I will secure it into position. Now, it doesn't seem to run as good as what I want it to run, and things are a little bit going. So I'm going to cut this up just because I don't like how this is run. I'm going to change a little bit just to tidy it up how I want it to run. You don't have to, but I'm a little bit anal with how I obviously want my products and stuff to sit. So I'm just going to split this apart, do that, make it sit a little bit neater. Because like I said before, I'm going to put a plug on this myself. So let's do that. I'll come back to you. Okay, so welcome back. Just did some wiring. I'll show you real quick. So, fuse box. Then I put some plugs on these. So the ones that came out with all the writing and stuff on them, I put a Deutsch plug on for my spotlights down in here. That way it's pluggable, easy to get to. That can all just pull up and out, so we can just plug straight into that when I want to add stuff. Then obviously ran the wiring into the cab down through this way. There's a nice little grommet in there. And come check out what we've got inside the cab. So here's another cool thing that I do like about the Ranger, the new Ranger, is that Ford's thought about the aftermarket industry, and they've gone, oh yeah, check out these guys. We're going to give you some stuff that you can pick up. So in this kick panel, now this is on the upper spec models, so anything XLT or higher, from my knowledge, which hasn't been a lot at the moment with these because obviously I don't have a million cars, but they've got ignition, park light, sideband triggers. So all here in the kick trim, ready to go. So we're going to be utilising them with this kit. This is the wiring from outside to inside, then they give you a nice QKC plug to utilise. Bang, 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 all the wiring goes into that. And away we go. So I'm going to hook this up now, and then we'll chuck the switch panel in and we'll give it a go. Okay, so recap on the Ranger. I'm good now. Switch setups in, look at that. Very cool, very cool. UHF's gone in, that's ready to go. I have finished all the bar and cutting of the guards and all that, so that's all complete. Got the covers back on. I had to basically cut this out so the EGR flare so it will clear the Spiro snorkel, so I've done that. That's all on and done and dusted as well. Lights have gone on the rack, and we got the pack water tank with the Max Trax mount. I've got some tracks going on top of that. That's a 50 litre water tank. It might be 50, it might be 55. So yeah, that's where I'm up to. What I'm doing now is I'm going to remove what I've got in the tub. I'm not going to show you that yet because I don't know when this is coming out. And then I am going to start with my tub setup. So I've got an ARB compressor that's going to go in the back. And then I've got a power system that I'm going to set up, some lighting. Going to do some lights on my rack as well, just some side lights. Then I do have an awning that's going to go on this as well. And then that'll pretty much be it. I still am yet to put the Razorback seat covers on. That's got to happen. Our BAW ones. So I'm going to do that. Oh, side steps. I'm going to put the side steps on now rather than do what I need to do on the back, because it's going to take a bit of time and effort. And I don't want to do that just yet. I'll get them on, give you guys a look at that. How about I just do this? There you go. That way you can see the before and after type setup with the side steps. So that's that. Pull them off, put the jungle ones on, which are over there. Put them on there. And away we go. So it's coming together. It's coming together nicely. Look at that. Look at that. That's that tank. I do have a tank that's going in the tub as well. So I've got water in there. You can run some water in that if you like. And then Max Trax on top of that. It's a pretty cool little unit. And then I've got free space here. I'll have an awning on this edge though. And I might put a swag there. What do you reckon? Put a swag? Something else? Whatever? Alright, so I'm going to do that. Let's put some steps on. We'll get these jungle steps on, which will suit the jungle bar. And then I'll be happy. Let's go. There's one. I would recommend doing this with some help, but I'm doing it by myself because I don't want the boys to stop what they're doing. So driver side, here we go. How good. Okay, steps are on. So we went from that boring to that. Nice. A bit dirty because they were sitting in the warehouse for a bit. So there we go. All right, next step is I've got to pull out what's in the rear because I've test fitted that. It all works, but now I've got to like add everything else to the back. So for now, goodbye. I'm done. Ta-da! Big reveal. Okay, where I left you, I was putting steps on the car. And I've run out of time to film other things because I was trying to get this ready for the show. So if you're at the four-wheel drive show, you would have seen what I'd done in here and everything like that.
I'm not going to show you right now because that'll take a long time. We're going to do a full walkthrough of the Ranger, but a couple of things that you missed, as you can see, is destination 4-wheel drive 270 awning has gone on. I finished all the roof rack wiring, all that's ready to go. The lights are sweet for the Nava lights on the top, and my side lights, they are remotely triggered off a fully sick app through a Garmin controller, which I will show you guys that when we do the full walkthrough of the car. But this is it. Look at it in all its glory, because I'm glad it's done. It came out really nice. I really like it. We have been driving it for a little while now. It's got good power. It's super comfy. I think the only thing that I will change is some heavier leaves in the bum, just because of what's going on in the rear setup. And I would like to put my Caravan behind it and see how it tows as well. I haven't done that yet, so don't ask me the question. But yeah, it's been really good. We've done a little bit of off-roading. It hasn't been too long since you guys seen this in the last episode, so I haven't done that much. I have been out to Roma and back. The long-range fuel tank's so worth it. I only had to put fuel in it when I got to Toowoomba, basically. So that's from Brisbane out to Roma, back to Toowoomba, one tank. That's because Amy didn't want me to go any further. She's like, just fill it up. Anyway, it's finished, and keep your eyes on the next episode that we do, which will come out. I'll put it on Insta when it's coming, and we'll go through the whole thing. I'll show you what I've done through the whole lot, and we'll recap everything that you have seen. If you haven't seen everything, go back to the other episodes and you can see that. But for now, goodbye. I'll see you when we walk over the car, but this is it. Thanks very much, Ranger, and now I can actually drive it. I'm gonna be all by myself. Just gotta pull this stuff out of the way. Yeah, yeah, yeah. 'Cause I don't need it. Hey. I need a spring washer warning.
Oh, that sucks.
Come on. No, it's gone. Oh look, down there.
Yeah, where?
Just down here. Is that one? That's a 12.
So it'll work.
Oh. Sorry Hayden, I left it running. That is